hello there. How are you doing? I was late to the live stream last night for the first time in a really long time. I couldn't help it. It's a friend that I moved to Kentucky. She watched my videos. She moved here and was looking. My buddy gave her a bunch of free furniture. We were picking it out in his warehouse, and then he invited us out to eat. You know your life is out of balance when at the dinner, there's some place called Proud Mary's on the river, way down on the river, underneath I-75. You feel like an alien. Like, you don't go out and socialize or do the things other people do normally. And you just feel like, oh God, I got so much work to do. I got so much work to do. Oh my goodness. That's when your life is out of balance. You know, if you're a truth seeker, you have to be honest with yourself. I'm actually getting some important points in this video. Sorry, I just wanted to go over a couple of things like that in this video. Every few months I make a video like this to air out the laundry, but I have a bunch of teaching points in this video too, specifically. I think the elusive vacation that I've been trying to take is completely elusive. I have a lot of people in live stream that jump all over my back and say, you know, I should go up to the cabin or something like that, but apparently my idea of a vacation is different than everybody else's. My idea is to like go someplace warm with a beach and, you know, shorts weather, shorts and a tank top and nice and warm in a beach. And I just, the guy that actually owns the surplus store is my buddy. He wants me to get my passport renewed, which of course it expired like 20 years ago. And he's like, oh, we can go to the Dominican Republic, it'll be really cheap. Of course, his definition of cheap is certainly 100% different than my definition of cheap. And I haven't had the heart yet to tell him that even if I renew my passport, I'm not going to go to the Dominican Republic or Jamaica. He's talking about like they have cheap trips down there or something. And it doesn't matter if you renew your... It's like not being able to afford a car, but you know, you got your driver's license. It doesn't make any sense. He doesn't know that. I run into this a lot, including like family members. People that are just totally out of touch. They live in a completely different universe than you do. And I see that more and more. Either that or I'm noticing it more or more. I have a lot of people in the comments and also to live stream. I went to live stream last night. Got interrupted after an hour, which I'm not responsible for that. I notice everybody blames me for like if there's a live stream glitch. I do everything right. I have now a 1 gigabit connection. I got 1 gig down and like 600 up, so it's really, really good. Sometimes it's more than 600 up. But the thing people keep asking me is, so if you're so smart, this is my favorite one. I don't know, it's my favorite one. I'm getting to the good points here quickly. I'm sorry, if you can indulge me a few seconds. People say, why, if you're so smart, why are you so broke? Well, there's only so much time in life, and I spent it on a lot of the big questions. Nobody can have it all or do it all, and I certainly don't want to have it all. You know, nobody can. You either have the time or the money, but never both. There's some people that actually do. I don't have either, but that's my fault. I did focus a lot of my life. Even the people that can't stand me know that I focused a lot of my life in on the big questions of life, and I figured out a lot of them. I really have figured out a lot of them. People say, what are the big questions you still haven't answered? And there's some only minor points of minutia. The big questions I figured out. I'm not trying to, you know, say that egotistically or something. You know, if I, you know, get hit by a car tomorrow, I know at least at this point in life that I've figured out all the secrets of magnetism, which it still blows my mind that it's so simple, and yet explaining is so difficult. It's incredibly, incredibly simple. Not simplex, but very simple. I posted a thing yesterday. I had some people jump on my back about it by saying, listen, I told you about this over 10 years ago. I posted screenshots of my videos. I said, in those videos over 10 years ago, that all future processors would be bismuth-based, and they'd be absolutely infinitely faster than silicon-based chip technology. I told everybody that. I've done countless experiments with bismuth, and they just came out with this revolutionary processor that uses 10% less energy, and what is it, 140% faster than the fastest silicon-based chip technology. At the time, even though it was over 10 years ago and I got like 9,000 videos, I told everybody that, which is undeniable. I got the video proof, and back then I remember people saying, you're bismuth-based processing technology. You know, this is woo-woo. In other words, it's a fancy way of saying nonsense, and of course I was proven right. Told everybody that when they eventually took a high-resolution picture of a black hole, it would look exactly like the supercell, and that happened 100% perfectly. With hundreds of articles, and I've got the link to my Substack below. It's perfectly free to download and read anything on there. There's a lot of audio files that I've made about things, and I continue to make a whole lot more, and I have a lot more articles to post. I've posted a lot of free books and translations. I've written 9 books and hundreds of articles, and they're all available for free. I'm glad, and I'm ashamed of myself actually, that it took me so long to figure out what was so simple. Once again, if you look at Mother Nature any more complicated than a muddy feet, you know, hairy pit chick with no calculator or slide rule, you know, super simple, then you've really, you know, you've done a disservice to what nature is. And I reconciled light and matter. Many years ago, it said super high capacitance light, and that was proven about a year and a half ago, where they took constructive interference between 2 high-powerful lasers, high-power, I said high-powerful, high-powered lasers, and they were able to generate matter. So that's all true. We have to make a distinction between earthly fulfillment and bodily fulfillment, and what we focus on. Most people think, you know, it's about wife, kids, and money and power. Power, of course, is the most non-existent thing imaginable. People that want power, and I've said this many times, and apparently nobody that is apparently really smart gets it, you're never ever supposed to give any power to somebody that wants it. Any desire for power is like screaming out your own ignorance, and people give it to people like that. People attribute it to Plato, but it's not. It's attributable to Pythagoras. They said that, there's a text I was getting. They said it was, yeah, I hate getting text messages. There's no way to shut this off on here. You know, there's no way to shut off a text message on there. I'm going to edit that out of this video. That the best way to do it, excuse me, Pythagoras, sorry about that interruption, would be to take a collection of wise people and they make a decision against their will. It's like, yeah, we choose you. You just can't let the rack and rabble of society choose that, because they'll give it to people that actually want power, and that's very unfortunate. Really, there's only 3 things, and since power doesn't exist at all, but people think that it does, there's money, time, and wisdom. Well, time is completely unreal and doesn't exist at all. It does exist conventionally, and the older you get, like me, the more you realize how important time is, and you don't let, you know, you don't let that which is awful or, you know, a roadblock in your life, you know, waste your time. And I've been way too generous in life, especially in an early age, and, you know, sacrificing free time to people that should not have been given to people. And these are people that didn't deserve it at all. When you get older, you get wiser, you realize how important time is. Young people waste time, and they will waste the time of other people without any conception of time. To a young person, there's like all the time in the world, even though, of course, there's not. Money, of course, is a fiat construct. I got a funny little saying about that right here. And the other thing is wisdom. So money, time, and wisdom. Money, of course, doesn't really exist. It's a construct, and time really doesn't exist. So the only important thing is wisdom. Here's a cute little story, and it's almost like a riddle. And, well, it is a riddle. And I wonder if you could actually solve it. I'll give the answer right afterwards. But there's a rich guy who goes into a high-class hotel, and he drops $1,000 cash, and he's like, I want to look at all your rooms and see if I want to invest in this hotel or maybe buy it. But, here's $1,000, to let me look through the rooms, see what you got. So he does, and of course it can't happen this quickly, but just go with me. Well, the hotel guy pays the butcher for all the bill that he owes to the butcher for the steaks for the hotel, and the butcher immediately pays the farmer for the cows, which, the butcher used to produce the steaks, and then the farmer pays off the grain store for the feed that he owes money to, and the feed store owes money to the boss man for the feed, and the boss owes the hotel himself because he has a lot of his clientele and whatnot stay at the hotel, so he's got a bill there, so he gives the hotel $1,000. And then the hotel has its original $1,000 back, and everybody's been paid. Yeah, and then the guy comes back downstairs again. He says, I'm sorry, I've changed my mind. I want to invest in the hotel. Thanks for letting me look through the rooms. And he takes his $1,000 and he leaves the hotel. There's one like this on the Three Stooges too. There's the Three Stooges, and Moe says to Curly Joe, you owe me $10. And he goes, here's the $10 I owe you. He says, well, he owes me 20. He says, I'll only have 10. And he gives that 10 to him. He says, and then Larry says, well, you owe me 20. And he goes, here's 10, and I'll owe you 10. And Larry says to Curly Joe says to Larry, you owe me 20. He goes, well, here's 10, I owe you 10. And then Curly Joe has his original 10 back, and he goes, don't forget you owe me 10. And out of the 20 that he did owe him a few minutes ago, he gives him the 10, and then the 10, and the original 10 goes back to the original person, whichever it was. And the point is that the money kept moving, and everybody got paid in principle. If you're only able to look at one person at a time, it's like, well, each one of those people got paid. The same is true of the story about the guy that drops $1,000 at the hotel. Well, the butcher, the hotel guy pays the butcher pays the farmer pays the feed store, on and on. The money kept moving. Moving money is not the same thing as moving merchandise and producing things. And we were never taught this stuff in high school or college. Now the Three Stooges thing and the story is a mystery. Because everybody got paid and all of the debt got paid. There's part of the answer. All the debts that were owed to everybody got paid, but it was all involving $1,000. It just moved from point A to B to C, and it went full circle back again. And the original guy with the original $1,000 got his original $1,000 back. But everybody still paid their bills. This is hypothetical, but this could happen. I've actually seen kind of stuff like that happen before. I pay you 100 and he pays him 100, and it goes full circle and everybody got paid. All the debts got paid. The secret is not the movement of the money and the fact that the same 1,000 paid off all of those debts and it went in full circle. It's the movement of debt. That's the mystery. This is the exact same way that our GOVT works. This is an important riddle that you should think about. Like, $1,000 at the hotel, that guy paid that guy paid that guy, and on and on and on. And it came back full circle again, same $1,000. What's the riddle there? We all know that the money moved. Yeah? And everybody got paid. Well, the butcher did pay off his bill to the farmer, and the farmer did pay his bill to the feed store. So, if everybody legitimately got paid, which they did, what happened? It's like Zeno's paradox. By the way, it amazes me. There's been countless books written by academicians about Zeno's paradox. And Zeno's paradox, none of these people answer it accurately. Zeno's paradox is about the non-reality of time. I don't know if you know what Zeno's paradox is. You divide it again and again, and the time is the it's about the unreality of time. That's one sentence answer to Zeno's paradox. Not a paradox at all. It's about you coming to the realization that time doesn't exist. in any way, shape, or form. So the secret of this riddle is not the money moving, or the secret that the money came full circle, or all the debts were paid. The secret is movement of debt. This is the same PONZI schema that our GOVT and credit card entities use, you know. It's the movement of debt. Just think about that one. Think about answering that one. One of the mysteries that I've found that other people don't realize is making yourself transparent. People say all sorts of things about me. I'm a truth seeker. There's nothing, you know, inflammatory anybody could say about me. Oh, you know, you're fat, you know, I am, but what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? You know, what does this have to do with, like if somebody's losing a debate, they'll kind of like throw glitter in your eyes and then go run, not literally throw glitter in your eyes. They'll like, they're losing a debate and they'll say, well, you're fat. What's that got to do with debating, you know, like metaphysics or field theory? It has no connection whatsoever to anything at all. But that's what people do. People are enabled apparently to make themselves transparent. Let them go after you about your looks or your beliefs, whatever beliefs you do or don't have. This is the reason why I don't have any beliefs. There's things that I know and there's things that I understand. People all the time talk about intelligence. You're so smart, how come you're so broke? I never praised knowledge or intelligence. I mean, I have that, but that's not important. You could get in a car wreck tomorrow and get your, you know, your brain scrambled and not remember your own name. What's important is wisdom. But let them go after you. None of these things are connected to your soul or that which you inherently are. All beliefs are fallacies. Everybody has a false construct of themselves, and it's their greatest downfall. You will be 100% happier if you drop your belief systems that drag you down. It's just like a gigantic weight, a lodestone around your neck. Being transparent in life is about 1,000% easier. It's superior. It makes life easier. I don't care what people say as long as you're not, you know, lying about me or about facts or facts about me. You can think or feel whatever you believe. I don't care. You know, just don't lie. It's like, you know, you can think whatever you want, but you're not entitled to your own beliefs, which I couldn't care less about. But, you know, don't lie. Don't lie about that, and don't lie about me especially. Someone said a couple nights ago, said, they think I was never married. I was like, you know, I can go in the other room and get my wife's ashes. And he said, I've never seen a picture of you and your wife together. I've got a bunch of them, but I just noticed that I've never posted any. I got quite a few. I said, you know, I know where one's at right now, sitting on top of the supplementary washing machine. I got 2 washing machines. You know, in the basement. If you want me to, I'll go down in the basement right now and get. People will do anything to come after you. They think like, you know, I was never married. It's like, well, I get my wife's death certificate and I get her box of ashes. And if you want, I'll go down to the basement and get that picture of me and my wife taken by her friend Daryl at Shaker Village. This is just the nature of social media. People think they could get underneath your skin. A lot of people you can get underneath your skin because everybody today, nearly everybody, especially younger people, are super, super sensitive. And that is a type of illness. That type of illness of super sensitivity. I've had people that, you know, I've debated or confronted because they did something really awful in public. And I say, hey, you're wrong. You know, this is not true because fact A, fact B, boom, boom, boom. They'll yell and scream. They'll say all sorts of horrible things. Well, you look like, you know, you're bald. I said, what's that got to do with anything? You stick to the facts. Yeah, I swear to all that's holy, there's nothing that'll make somebody more upset than, like, you know, stick to the facts. I don't care what you think. Let's stick to the facts here. What are we discussing, you know, the price of tea in China, or are we discussing this specific fact? And this is why you're wrong. I gave you the list. You've given no counter evidences. Learning about fallacies and learning about formal debate, and that's a problem with Westerners. They think debate is argumentation. True argumentation is not that either. People all the time ask me, and it's on my Substack, I posted it a couple weeks ago, a list of my favorite books or the best books to read. Instead of, in addition to, excuse me, learning about those books and what they contain and reading them slowly, is learning about debates and fallacies. When you can see through people, and you yourself also too are transparent, and life gets a whole lot easier. You know, I'm in constant pain every day. It's like nerve pain. Thankfully, I'm eating the past year and a half, eating nothing but whole foods, which means that stuff that existed 150 plus years ago. I've stayed away from all processed foods. I feel like a million times better. I do that, but I mean, I feel it makes life so much easier for me. People want to debate, or they want to, you know, there's another text from somebody. Want to debate, or, you know, get underneath your skin, and you're not going to get underneath my skin. You're not. I don't care what anybody says. If you like disrupt live stream big time, you know, like you can go, but I almost never have to do that. I like to post videos on field theory. The most important, which of course obviously I never figured out, because I never ever make a video thinking, ooh, it's going to get a lot of views. I've never thought that. It's true, because if I made a video that's both important, I mean, it's not my opinion it's important, it's important, and it's a really good video and nobody watches it. If I make a video about slightly fluffy stuff, and I don't try never to make videos about fluffy stuff, it's kind of like everybody's talking about it, then everybody watches it. It's like, I don't want to make those videos. I do want to make the videos that people want to watch, but I've never engaged in you know, making videos that I think are going to get a lot of clicks. And that's, you know, from the perspective of the algorithm and whatnot, that makes me bad, because I should be, you know, like, what sort of video could I make that a lot of people will really watch? Man, that'll get me a lot of clicks. I've never, ever made a video thinking that. Never. If I'm lying, I know. If I'm, as they say, lying and dying. Never done it. I love making videos on field theory and metaphysics and translations. I'm working on 2 articles right now in that booklet. I wish like I said, I was out at a dinner yesterday and I felt like a total alien, because, like, you know, I got a lot of stuff to do. I shouldn't have agreed to go there. I was like, you know, I need a break. The food wasn't good, actually. I hate to say that. The guy that invited us there, the surplus guy, invited us there. Bless his heart, he's a great guy. I love him a lot. He said he hadn't been there many years, but it was like it was like a dive. And he'd even said on the sign that it was a dive. It was like some sort of dive. Proud Mary's restaurant down on the river. It's like, I don't have time for this. I just felt like a total alien doing stuff that normal people do 2 or 3 times a week. I mean, I never do stuff like that, and I don't have time for it. And one of the few things that I guess I'm not transparent on that does irk me is that I don't know what people think I do, but I do work 7 days a week. I do. I'm not digging ditches or doing hard manual labor, you know. Whatever you think about me, I got a mind a little too sharp to dedicate to that. Not that I'm against it. I do hard work at my cabin. Anyway, into field theory, I love doing live streams, part of which is I'll think of something when I'm talking to 400 people that are like, oh, that's a great premise for a video. To the fact that nobody sees light, for example, they only see illumination. Nobody sees the ether. We only see the fields of same. So we only see phenomena. Nobody sees rest, and nobody understands rest. You say rest, we're like, what? Like resting when you're asleep? I'm not like talking about energy rest. Energy at rest. There's no energy dissipation. They only see drama. That's all people like. People don't like peace and calm, which is analogous to rest. They like drama and action. That's the reason why people watch TV shows and movies, for drama and action. Like, ooh, this is exciting. I mean, that is the secret of transcendence, is the spiritual rest. Anything of this mirage holographic world that disrupts your soul shows the cracks and flaws of your soul. And then somebody invariably would say, You know, how can the soul be flawed? And this is true. It's like, well, aren't you contradicting yourself? I'm like, no, I'm not. Gold is gold is gold. But what is pure is scattered, kind of like this rock I've got down here somewhere that contains a bunch of gold, but, you know, the rock itself probably has $500 of gold in it, roughly. But the rock itself is only worth $30. It has to be extracted out of there. You know, it's what is pure is scattered. This is the fundamental secret behind answering that fact of there is no original sin, and this is the premise behind emanationism. Emanationism is the core metaphysics of Advaita Vedanta, Upanishadic metaphysics, original, and I emphasize original Buddhism, Pythagoreanism, Platonism, Neoplatonism, which are all the same thing. There are no such thing as Pythagoreanism versus Platonism versus Neoplatonism. That's gobbledygook that academicians came up with. There's Platonism here and over here. Start of the 2nd century CE, we got Neoplatonism. It's the same thing. There's no distinction there. I'll point after the fact that after 12, 13 years, however long I've been doing YouTube videos, since 2010, I guess 15 years, that people said all sorts of things about me calling it woo-woo, meaning nonsense, gobbledygook, like electroculture antennas. They said, well, that's woo-woo. In other words, balderdash, nonsense, rubbish. Well, I've had thousands of people do that because I'm not selling the electroculture antenna that I invented, by the way. You're welcome. Thousands of people have emailed me, oh my God, it works, anything with. The same thing with seed exposure, magnetic seed exposure to the South Pole. Endless thousands of people said, oh, this is woo-woo, this is nonsense. I said, I tell you, it does work. Many thousands of people have emailed me over many years. Oh my God, I didn't think this would work, but you weren't selling anything, and I knew I could do it. You know, easy to set up. Oh my God, it works. Oh my goodness. I didn't believe you, but since you weren't selling anything, you told me how to do it. I told people I solved the mystery of magnetism. I have. I'm very proud of that fact. I mean, you're supposed to do something purposeful with your life. You know, I hope to do more than just that, you know, before I, you know, get dropped into a 6-foot hole. I've discovered a few things. The geometry of water. Oh, that's woo-woo. That's a modern way of saying rubbish. It's like, no, it's not. I don't do woo-woo. I don't do woo-woo at all. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Every once in a while I like doing a video like this. If you like these videos, the things that I do, and the fact that I've been right on all the big things I told you about, any donation is very, very greatly welcome. That's in the link below. Venmo and PayPal and anything works. And check out my Substack. I continue to post a lot of material there. Lux de Veritas. I'll catch you in live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. До свидания. По-русски языка.